Hello, I wanted to show you how to use Promethean Planet. So I went ahead and logged into my account, and let's say I wanted to do a search and I wanted to find a calendar routine. So I'll just simply type in calendar 2012-2013, and I'll tell it to search. And then it gives me all of these many choices, and I can choose to preview or I can choose to download. Now this particular one I've already chosen to download. I just click the button there and it downloads it to my computer. But you can see over here it's giving a little slideshow of what that is like. And the thing that I really liked about this one is it gives you little tips on how to design your own. So I have it here in my Active Studio folder, and if I scroll through I can see little tips that the author has given us, which are very handy. And then what I did to make this my own is I simply went and made a new flip chart, and then I would go to this one and I would simply go to edit and copy and paste, and then I can pick and choose, and I don't have to, every time I want to use it, flip through all of those pages. I can just do January and use the particular pages that I want to use. So for example, let me just show you using resources from Promethean Planet. Here is a calendar that I adapted. So this is the page that I took right from the calendar that I was showing you that I just downloaded. The kids move the little teddy bears to make the pattern every day. And then they also can move the yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So they like doing that. And then to turn the page, I just click the little page turn button. This one is showing that how many days we've been in school, and it's a 200s chart, so they would click one more number every day and then count the tallies. Now I can also turn my pages by going over to my little page browser over here, and I can get to pages that way as well. You can see I've got a page for the place value, and we do a little expanded notation down here every day with the kids move the base 10 blocks around. And we keep track of the weather. The weather page is kind of neat because it has this little button that connects to the weather report, so you can type in your zip code and it will get the weather for your location, and it's very kid friendly, and the kids like to be the weather reporter and report the weather for today and the forecast for tomorrow, and then kind of like we do, kind of try to see if the weather report is accurate or not. So let's see, we have a thermometer, graphing. This one's kind of fun, you can roll the dice, and then they move the dots, little counters. They would move up 5 dots, and then they would roll the dice again, at the second member, and we get 5 greens, so we use the 10 frame. And then what I do is I ask them to write a number of sentences, and this is their time to write, practice doing fact families. Now here's another handy little feature. If I just push this button over here, it resets the whole page, so it will go back to how it was. There's money. This one I really like, the time, well, and the money page. When I ask students to come up to set the clock, I can sort of differentiate my instruction by asking them to set it to the hour or to the half hour, or even to the 5 minutes. So they would go ahead and move the clock hands to the appropriate hour, and then they would go ahead and write the time down here. And 15. And I'm going to go ahead and reset that. Whoa, that's pretty wild. Let's see, we do have a... Oh, it's coming back. Alright, so that's the end of that. I just wanted to show you how you could use the calendar to sort of differentiate instruction a little bit here too. And I can see that I didn't reset my page for this, so now I'm going to have to fix it up a little bit. But just like the clock, I can differentiate instruction by asking students to show a lesser amount or a higher amount, or using only pennies and nickels, or any combination thereof. So this is a handy chart to have around. I want to show you one more thing while I'm in here, and that is how you can use the little active inspire voters to, here it is, to give a test. So here's a little unit review I did. This one was, they just, it's a vocabulary review for our trip. We blank a lot of clothes in the suitcase. So they would guess the word. I think it's packed. And they can, it's not moving up there because we're supposed to use the magic ink to erase it. And they can find out that they were in fact right. But this is kind of fun to, oops. You just have to match the correct house to the correct environment. So they like doing that. And then we get to our test questions, and the kids would actually go ahead and use the voters, and I can start and stop the vote by clicking on this button here. And then what I really wanted to show you is that you can save them and export them into an Excel spreadsheet. Where did that go? Right here. And so then you can see a summary of how all of your students voted. So the green would indicate correct answers, and the red, of course, incorrect answers. We can go by question. You can see that looks like oh, in this particular choice there were only 7 participants, it looks like. So everybody got this question number 2 right, everybody got number 4 right. Here's one student got, whoever had device number 4 got 1 wrong there. So, oh, and it also is showing you over in this column is the response time. So this person took a little bit longer to answer the question. So it's kind of handy to be able to do this. And here's all your results by student. Student number 2, student number 3. You can see the percentage of questions that they got correct. So I really like using my Promethean board. I use it every single day, and I'm always learning more about it. Oh, how interesting. I must have had a link to the houseboat page. That's another fun thing that you're able to do when you build these charts. You can link to web pages. So there's lots and lots and lots that you can do. I wonder if this was, oh yeah, that was it. I was able to link right to, we'll see if it works. Yep, right to the Imaginate website, and I would have to put in my username and password in order to get to the book. This is another. This goes with our reading program, and it's kind of a handy tool on the Promethean board. The textbooks show up, and there's flip charts that we can use. So there's just lots and lots and lots of resources that we can use with the Active Studio and the Promethean board. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial, and that's it, I guess.